Every single day now, the trade rumors have been let loose from multiple sources. But now we come to the terms to where, hey, with this recent success for the Chicago Bulls, should the Chicago Bulls be reluctant to trade Zach Lavine after some of the team's recent success? Interesting conversation me and CDubb about to have here on the day. But of course, before we dive in, you got to sit back, relax, and hear the music first.
Cognac, gang.
Shy Bulls Podcast with the Cognac Boys. I'm Cognac Boy Bobby, and I am with my dog, CDubb. What's the word?
You lost your rhythm. The later in age you get, the more you lose your rhythm.
Hey, turn on some goddamn Ashley, brother. We're going to get the grooving. You know what I mean? I'm so tired. We in there. But hey, CDubb, the Chicago Bulls, man, came out with an impressive win the other night, and they got a tough matchup for the rematch tonight versus the Boston Celtics. But a lot of trade rumors have been coming out versus including players or the Chicago Bulls. More specifically, one that has been seeming like it's been grabbing some traction is the one that's considering Zach Lavine going to the Denver Nuggets, and we keep hearing more and more information about it. But the question on today's episode is, should the Chicago Bulls be reluctant to trade Zach Lavine with the team's recent success? The reason we asking this question is because, yes, I understand that some people are like, hey, let's just completely pivot onto, you know what I'm saying, into the youth movement. Others feel like this is the iteration of the youth movement and you might be in a good spot. Some are saying we want the pick. Some are saying screw the pick. All well. But one thing we can't deny, and AK can't deny, and it's going to be a tough decision to see where you want to go with this, is number one, Zach Lavine just came out and said this team can make the playoffs. We're a resilient group. And it sounds like he's in. You know what I'm saying? This is probably one of the most confident statements I heard him say about his team in recent years. Then we talk about the stats from the offense. 9th in field goal percentage as a team with 47.3. 8th in three-point field goal percentage with 37.8. 11th in rebounds with 44 per game. 4th in assists with 29 per game. And 2nd in pace with a record of 13 and 15. So y'all think about all that. But CDubb, you know I got to ask you the question. Should the Chicago Bulls be reluctant to trade Zach Lavine with all that we know right now?
Hey, nephew, that was a great question. But I'm going to change your question a little bit.
What?
Should Zach Lavine be traded? I just made it simple. And I have a simple answer. Hell no. You know, once in a lifetime, you know, you have a lot of negative things happen to your favorite NBA franchise, the Bulls or whoever you are, whatever a basketball franchise you like. I believe in the basketball gods. I'm sports religious. The basketball gods could put you in a position where it can hinder your franchise or propel your franchise going forward. Zach Lavine is playing top 5 shooting guard basketball right now in the NBA. We can debate it if you want. Hit me up in the comments. Now, you're going to trade him away, and then what do you have? You have a young, exciting team. You got some nice raw talent on the team. If without Zach Lavine, we're probably a 2-20 team right now, just to tell you the truth. But the basketball gods are giving you guys what do you call them damn things? A fork in the road. Which way you're gonna go is you're gonna decide which way you go, but by your choice. And the correct choice is to keep Zach Lavine, who is up on every statistical category except defensive statistical categories, where he's pretty much the same. He is having the best year of his career. Not just numbers, pace, defensive effort, and this is the most important one, leadership. Zach Lavine is a different player. I told y'all before the season started, this was going to be an important season. He should be relishing at the opportunity to prove himself, and he is doing just that. It will be the biggest mistake to trade Zach Lavine at this point.
Ooh. And I ain't mad at the tape because there's definitely some validity there. And hey, a lot of us, we let you say numbers don't lie. The numbers right now don't lie. The offense is good. The defense has appeared to be growing and getting better. And it's just a tough decision. Look, I know I said a couple days ago I'm starting to come around, and that is very well true. Honestly, I don't know what the Chicago Bulls are going to do. But I say, if there's an offer that comes around on your table and it don't include players along with picks, then it's an absolute no. Now, if you saying that we can trade players and get some picks, that's something you absolutely have to consider. But I think the biggest question is what does AK feel? The AK, you know what I'm saying? Because you can't ignore this. This team, this is one thing I can't ignore because I'm going to keep it real. I understand the need for one to go for the pick to see if you can go ahead and pivot and get off Zach Lavine and, you know, have a youthful team that you could see for years and years down the road. I understand that. But one thing I do know, and we all know, draft picks ain't guaranteed. That's what we do know. Draft picks are not guaranteed. Another thing that we know is that right now, this team is 13-15 right now. Another thing that we do know is that there's an abundance of young talent on the team already. It's not like the Chicago Bulls are a old team. They're a young team with guys that have young NBA experience that you don't necessarily need to treat as a project anymore. Maybe you can improve some of their games here and there with some things, some tweaks and things like that so they can become better NBA players, but it's not like a raw talent coming into this organization or whatnot. So it changes everything. It makes the decision that much harder. It makes that decision that much harder.
Yeah. I like what you said right there. And I'm finna say something. My daughter taught me this. This seems to be the wave. It's the uncertainty for me. You know, that's how they be saying that the young people, they be like, it's the uncertainty for me. I don't know what that means, but that's what my daughter say like all the time. She be like, Daddy, it's the beard for me. But I'm like, okay, whatever. What are you talking about?
That mean your beard look good, bro. That's what it means. It's the beard for me. She's talking about everything that she see when looking at Pops. It's the beard for her that stands out. So if you walk in one day, well, if Auntie walk in after work, and you fresh as hell, finna go out with nephew, we finna go hit the bar, and you got some clean ass shoes on, and Auntie say, it's the shoes for me. It's the shoes for me, baby. That mean your fit cold, but it's the shoes that make that fit pop. You know what I'm saying? So there you go.
These kids weird as hell. I swear to God.
That's how they talk, bro.
Hey, look, man. Zach Lavine, I think he's probably getting more teams drooling at him at this point. I think that don't even need to be said, the way he playing, how confident he is on the basketball court. I think nephew is playing it the
political way.
I assume it.
No, it's right.
I think you playing it the way everybody should play it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think you kind of think that he's getting traded.
I think he's getting traded. I don't necessarily know how I would feel because I can see why the Bulls would want to trade him. I can see why they shouldn't trade him. I don't honestly know how I would feel if I wake up tomorrow, the morning before the Bears game, and they say Zach Lavine has been traded. I don't know how I would feel right now. At that moment.
So this is what I'm saying. So, but that's differs than what you prefer, though. You would prefer. I want to know what you prefer. Would you prefer the team with Zach, or you defer? We go for the home run and try to. I'm gonna call it a home run.
You think it's a home run?
Hell yeah, because it's uncertainty. That's why I brought up it's the uncertainty for me. You don't know what you're getting in the draft. Do you know you're gonna keep the pick anyway? What's the mandate with the Spurs? So we got to be top 4 to get
top 10 protected. So if it hit 11, pick gone.
Okay, so I want to know. I want to see reality from your own beliefs. Let me know, nephew. What do you believe is going to happen with Zach Lave? And what do you
What
believe
do
is
I believe
reality?
is
I
going
think
to happen?
okay. Reality, you think they're going to get traded if you being realistic, right? Let's just take
I
that
play
off the board.
percentages. I think it's like a 70% chance that Zach Lave is traded.
Okay. Now, what you want to happen?
It depends who we getting back.
No, see.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Who are we getting back?
This your thought. Okay. Because my thought, I don't even want to trade, so I'm not thinking about what we getting back because I think that's the wrong move. I think these young guys, you said it perfectly. They're young, but they're heavily experienced. I like the word that Zach used. He said we're a resilient team. And you know why he said that? Coming from that 2021 team, look at all the things that happened. You could look like that Lonzo started with that Lonzo Ball injury and team tailspin from there. Then you got player turnout. You lose Alex Caruso. He's in and out of the lineup. Then you ultimately lose him. You lose DeMar DeRozan. What did we get back for DeMar DeRozan?
That's like a second round pick or some shit.
Like, I feel like we didn't get anything for DeMar DeRozan.
You got like a second and like the signing trade and Chris Duarte.
Yeah, we ain't get shit. We ain't get shit.
Fuck. But I do have a question on you.
Yeah.
And it's just going to continue the conversation forward. And I want all y'all to tune in too and chime in and let me know how y'all feeling below, because I think this is a fair question since we on this topic of, trades and whatnot. CDubb, if the Chicago Bulls trade Zach Lave tomorrow, and after starting off 13 and 15, let's just say for the sake of the next 20 games, or for the rest of the season, they just ass. It ain't that many wins coming as frequent anymore. It ain't that exciting anymore. The team looks like absolute garbage or whatever because they traded away Zach and maybe trade away Vooch or something like that. So the question is will tanking change the mood around the fans?
For some, I think it'll change for some, not for me. Not for me. I'm going to speak for me. I don't like tanking and losing on purpose and just putting out players on the basketball court that don't know how to play the game of professional basketball. I just don't like that. I think you should try to win every game. I don't like it.
I got something for you.
I don't like it.
I'm with you on that because I'm not a tank guy. That's just how I always been. I believe even if you don't have the best talent in the world, you still go out there and try to win every single game. As many games as you try. It's a disservice to not only the fans, but to yourself to just go out there and say, fuck everything I work for and play for losses. That goes against totally everything that you wanted to, prove as you work your way up into the NBA. And then we always looked at the Sixers situation. They tanked all them years. They ain't even been out the second round.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then we looking at the Detroit Pistons. They've been ass forever, in abundance of young talent. Been ass. They still, they better, but I still think they have ways to go. But CDubb, the reason I did this, I got to bring something back from the archives. Remember this offseason, we talked about Montes Buzelis and the pick?
Mm-hmm.
I'm interested to know, AK, when you went and got Montes Buzelis, CDubb, you said this, so credit to you. When you went to go get Montes Buzelis, did you view him as your Cooper Flag?
Oh, that's a great question.
That's something you said in the offseason.
Yes.
He said, hey, we got Montes. Montes works out with Cooper Flag. You said it. Steve-O said it. Y'all like, hey, Cooper Flag, not the number 1 overall pick in this draft. Like, people been saying that. So it just goes back to the question that you asked me during the offseason, or at least at the start of this season. Does AK really feel like he already has his Cooper Flag? I'm just saying.
Oh, am I okay? I like that. I like that little turn. So are you saying, are we sort of red shirting Montes Buzelis to this? Not really. You get what I'm saying. We red shirting them to this round of players coming out of this draft. Because if you compare them to those guys that's coming out of this draft that's coming up, he would rank in the top 5 of these drafts coming up. Correct? Of what you know. But I think you make a good point. AK definitely looked. He could have looked into the future last draft before we picked, and was like, "What can we do to get this guy?" I would say that Montes Buzelis is a little bit better than Cooper Flag at this point, and I do agree with you. Like they could have looked forward and like, well, maybe we already have our Cooper Flag. They both kind of do the same type of things. I think Montes Buzelis is way more explosive.
I agree.
He's surprisingly more more
he's way
defensive
better
than we
than him
thought.
defensively, yeah.
Yeah, so that is a great point, and I forgot I said that it was so far ago.
Hey, bro, you gotta go to the archives. Sometimes you just gotta dig deep into that subconscious part. You know what I'm saying?
Wouldn't it be back there, nigga?
Bro, this bitch came from the back. You know what I'm saying? For all my parents out there, I know y'all seen Inside Out. We gotta file those memories away. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, no.
But I think it's just interesting, bro. I think it's really, really interesting. Now, I'll be real with you. You're not the only one that is not feeling Michael Porter Jr. Me, I like him more so than you, but you have, and rightfully so, some reservations. You do, and it's rightfully so.
Do the wins go up or down with Michael Porter Jr., or is it even
about
wins? Or is it even about wins?
That's what the Bulls are gonna have to tell us. Is it about wins, or because I know what they told me? Billy Donovan said he ain't punting shit. Billy Donovan is reiterating the same thing AK said at the start of this season. We want to win basketball games. Now, we heard that before. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they go out there and they still stink because you can't go.
Yeah.
I mean, you can pull a Joel Embiid. I ain't playing back to back. But how much scrutiny are you ready to face, Chicago Bulls? You already faced enough.
Yeah. And since those are their words, we can definitely make a decision on what y'all decision with Zach Lavine is. So if you trade him, let's say to the Denver Nuggets, and you get a Michael Porter Jr., you guys lied to us then. It ain't about wins because we're not getting a lot of them with Michael Porter Jr. on this team and Zach Lavine going to Denver. So you guys lied to us. And I think that'll be the nail in. Will it be the nail in the coffin? I don't even think
probably not.
That
won't be the nail in the coffin.
Jerry don't give a damn what's going on. Bro.
It won't be the nail in the coffin to me personally.
That's crazy. You don't even think that'll be a nail in the coffin.
For them to trade Zach, no. Well,
Zach.
You saying would it be the trade?
Trade Zach, and then we got 13 wins. We end the season 23, 25 wins. That's not a fireable offense.
Yeah,
that's fireable to me just because the way I love basketball. I'm not like other people. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's a fireable offense, bro. If you had 13 and 15, you make a change with Zach Lavine for Michael Porter Jr., who's ain't nothing but an athletic Kyle Korver, and you only get like 8 more wins for the season. So that's fireable for me because y'all told us in the beginning, like you just said, like we only about wins. So you lied and then you didn't keep your promise. Is that means for expulsion?
It won't mean shit for Jerry because he like, we
get
Jerry's like, oh, you want to go ahead and tank? I bet they're gonna show up anyway. Sell out crowd tomorrow. We good.
I still get my checks.
So Jerry's like, we still gonna be serving. You want to trade Zach? Yeah, okay. Are we still gonna be able to sell beers and peanuts? Yeah. They'll still be here. I bet. We still gonna be able to invite Joakim Noah into the stadium. Luol Deng, Carlos Boozer, or maybe Derrick Rose pop out one time to bring the fan. Oh, Derrick Rose is about to pop out in January. We good. Let's trade him now. Trade him now.
Jerry must got an island somewhere, bro.
Hey, I wouldn't be surprised.
Hey, I hope it ain't near that other island. You can
go by. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Jerry's Island.
Before we get up out of here, CDubb, I gotta ask you personally you don't obviously want to trade him. No. But if there was any player that you can get, that's a young player that you can get that you'll feel a little bit okay with, who would it be? We ain't talking about making money match. We're not talking about getting into the we throwing all that shit to the side. Yes. Just one player. I know I put you on the spot. Cause and that's the thing. I don't know if so many teams want to give up their young talent. That's the thing.
I look at Simons from Portland. That's kind of like Zach, the way he scores and he plays on the floor. It's not much.
It
LaMelo.
ain't many.
And then I'll go trade LaMelo. Give us LaMelo.
What about Jalen Green?
Oh, hell yeah. Yes, absolutely. He's sort of like Zach Lavine, too. Offensive coordinated player. Very young, though, but ultra athletic. I don't know if athletic as Zach Lavine. He could do everything Zach could do. Shoot the three. He can better handle than Zach Lavine. Yeah, he can finish better than Zach Lavine around the basket with layups. I mean, yeah, he kind of like Zach Lavine, too. Put him up there, too. Yeah.
But it's a no for Michael Porter Jr. because he's the athletic Hal Korver.
Yeah.
That's just what so we clear for sure.
What does he do? What does this Michael Porter Jr. do, bro?
He the fourth option, bro. Stick defense, shoot threes, rebound.
Rebound, that's it, bro. So he gonna have a new. Oh, y'all saying it's more? Okay, this is what you telling me, nephew. It's more than Michael Porter Jr. than what he letting on. That's what you saying.
I don't know. That's hey, you said it's the uncertainty for me. That's the uncertainty for me. I don't know. Because and the last point is because we seen Mikal Bridges leave Phoenix and then become this crazy offensive player. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, probably not a using crazy offensive player is probably far-fetched, but he became a good offensive player. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, maybe a different role, maybe, but sometimes you just don't know. Because it didn't do much for the Nets. They got rid of him.
I don't see much when you just sitting there just shooting threes. What I don't see no offensive game. It's gonna be a surprise if he does have it. It's gonna be so like, damn, I didn't know you could do that. Damn, I didn't know you could do that type shit, you know. But I know what Zach could do. I know what Zach could do.
Or you could say, damn, we ain't bring you in here for that. Your name, Catfish Part 2. Bro, stupid ass boy. Yo, it's Catfish, Dogfish. What he is?
I don't know.
We'll figure it out when
I hope we never have. We hope we never have to come to that decision ever.
For sure. But that is it today for us, ladies and gentlemen. We hope y'all enjoyed the conversation. Make sure y'all join the conversation in the comment box below. Y'all know I've been active these last few days, so let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I even talk shit to some of y'all too. JDH. No, I'm just playing. But hey, I appreciate y'all, man. We appreciate y'all. Y'all want to call in and be a part of the mailbag episode, call in and let us know. 773-242-9219 is the number. We appreciate y'all. Make sure you see red, and we're going to catch y'all on the next one for sure.
Cognac.